Richard, yes, thank you very much.
That would probably be a good place to stand.
Yourself? Oh, that's perfect. Hi, my name is Brenna.
I came from Washington.
I saw you veteran. I saw you veteran hands. I wanted to thank you for your service. Awesome. I just wondered if you were with them for the. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. My name is Brenna. Okay, thank you for coming and thank you for doing that. Is it possible that is that be something that you could send me when you're done?
I'm on YouTube.
You're on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's your channel?
My name? You just have to.
Oh, you just have to. I'm going to write that down.
But that's why I got this so I can listen.
hello. Hi, everybody. It's 4:30, so I'm going to start. Thank you all for being here, first of all. I've never organized anything in my life, so. On January 24th, when I watched the murder of the man that we now know to be Alex Pretti, I was overcome by emotion. And I'm certain you were too. I was flooded with grief and anger. I watched the video several times in disbelief that what I was seeing was actually real. Waves of nausea hit me when I saw his body go limp, and he riddled with even more bullets. Uncontrollable sobs came out of me as I felt very painfully the death of this man that I never met. And then it got worse. My anguish turned to a white-hot rage when I heard Christy Knoll, Stephen Miller, Greg Bogino, and even the president himself lied about what I saw with my own two eyes. The federal government is murdering people in the broad daylight, on camera, and lying to us about it. I walked around for the rest of the day in a daze. I felt like my body had hit some sort of max capacity for catecholamines, and I was depleted. I kept thinking, the federal government is murdering.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariana Farah. I am the Director of Fires at UW-Madison. I am honored to be here this afternoon with members of our community forming the Justice Choir. We're going to sing for you. Our first piece is called Hold On, and it's by Heidi and Wilson, and their parents are here today, and I want to express my gratitude to the singers that came together to join our voices to sing for you. So singers, here's our pitch for hold. Stand if you can, please. And here we go. 1 and 2.
I'm quite a bit taller than she is, so I'll come down a bit. I'm Kelsey Vanderstein. I'm a nurse here in Madison. Thank you so much for all of you coming out. This is a dream of mine and Brenna's. And all of us together is how we make change, so thank you for being here. I have the pleasure to introduce Sarah Rodriguez. She is a proud, also fellow nurse, earning her bachelor's and master's in nursing and public health. She worked in the ER as well as with the CDC. She's our current lieutenant governor and a current gubernatorial candidate. She's a previous Peace Corps volunteer and a WHO volunteer. And she famously said, "Work hard, show up for your neighbors, and never back down when something is worth fighting for." I'm even shorter, so I bring it down. Thank you. This is amazing that so many of you have shown up today. Thank you for being here and supporting this cause and giving me a little bit of time to say just a few words. Thank you to the healthcare workers, the veterans, the faith leaders, and community members who are coming together. We are here to honor Alex's life. I did not know Alex personally, but as a nurse, I feel like I did. Because I know the kind of person who chooses to do this work. I know the kind of heart it takes to walk into an ICU every day and care for people at their most vulnerable. I know what it means to make a life out of showing up for others. Alex was an ICU nurse, a caregiver for veterans, a man who even in his final moments was trying to help someone. His last act was to help a woman. His last words were, "Are you okay?" This tells you everything you need to know about who he was. As I nurse, I say this plainly, Alex did the kind of work that holds communities together. Like so many of us, he stood at bedsides in the hardest moments. He treated people with dignity when they were scared, in pain, or alone. He devoted his life to care. That work matters. That kind of life matters. We gather here together in grief, in heartbreak, and in anger. All of that belongs here. But there is something else here, too. It's resolve. And a shared belief that what happened to Alex Pretti must never happen again. For so many nurses, doctors, veterans, and first responders gathered here, this loss cuts especially deep. Because we recognize Alex not just from the videos or on the headlines, but as one of our own. Someone who answered the call to serve, someone who believed that helping others was worth the cost, and someone who deserved to come home safe. When a caregiver's life is taken in a moment of chaos, it shakes our sense of who we are and what we owe one another. We owe Alex more than our words. We owe his family honesty, and we owe our communities accountability. Accountability doesn't mean politicizing grief. It means honoring his life by insisting on care, restraint, and responsibility for those entrusted with power. And it means saying clearly and calmly that no system, no federal system, should operate in a way that puts innocent lives at risk. No community should live in fear that dignity and safety must never be optional. That means standing together and remembering that real safety is built on trust, compassion, and humanity, not force or fear. Alex lived his life in service to others. Let us honor him by committing ourselves to that same standard, by caring for one another, by demanding better, by choosing a future where nurses, veterans, and every member of our community can live and serve without fear. May Alex's memory be a blessing. May his life continue to guide us, and may carry forward his legacy of care. Alex, we got it from here. Thank you. Thank you. I next have the honor of introducing Kelda Royce. She's a member of our Wisconsin Senate. She's Democratic Caucus Chair and the youngest state representative in the Assembly. She's currently running for governor as well. She thrives in holding the powerful accountable, not bending to billionaires or bullies.
Thank you. This is a moment of crisis for our country. And we are here to commemorate Alex Pretti, to celebrate his life, and to commit ourselves to showing the courage and the bravery that he showed when his life was illegally cut short and he was murdered by ICE agents. I believe every single one of us has the capacity for that courage, and I believe that is what is driving us all here together today. Like Alex, my stepdaughter is an ICU nurse who grew up in Wisconsin. Like Renee Good, I'm a Midwestern mom of 3. Every single one of us is put in jeopardy by the way that the Republican regime is breaking our laws, shredding our Constitution, and destroying public safety. And every single one of us can stand up and say no, not in our name. It's so important for us to understand that this moment of crisis did not happen out of nowhere. This is part of a long-term plan that we have seen where right-wing politicians and movements have grown increasingly authoritarian, increasingly intolerant, and increasingly violent. As Americans, if we want to continue to live in a free society, we must stop this Republican regime right now. And here in Wisconsin, we know how to do that because we have lived before with Republican politicians who wanted to take our rights away, who wanted to pull us backward. When I was first elected to the Assembly in 2009, we had Democratic control. We were expanding people's rights, the right to vote, the right to LGBTQ equality. We were reinvesting in schools and expanding access to health care. And then in 2011, the Republicans came in. And they didn't just go after the good things that Democrats had done. They attacked the very foundation of what it means to be a democratic society, small d democratic. They attacked voting rights. They attacked our fair campaign finance laws and our transparency, and they gerrymandered themselves into permanent power that has lasted a generation, but it will last no longer. And the reason it will last no longer is because we fought back. We took to the streets. We protested. We said, we will not accept this. And most importantly, we did not give up hope. Election after election, protest after protest, we showed up here. We said, we're not going to let you take away our union rights. We're not going to let you defund our schools. We're not going to let you take health care away from people. And we fought and showed up in every single election to tell Republicans that they, too, must follow the law. Now, back in 2016, I could already see that ICE posed a very serious threat to our public safety. And I called at that time for ICE to be abolished. And I say that as a lawyer who deeply believes in the rule of law. Every single one of us deserves security. We deserve safe neighborhoods and communities. But ICE is not giving us safety or security. They're not even securing the border, and they are not enforcing our immigration laws. In fact, ICE is today the single biggest threat to public safety and to freedom that our country faces. And so I say again today, it must be defunded, disarmed, dismantled, and abolished. And I'll add one more. As a lawyer who really believes in accountability, they must be prosecuted. No one in our country is above the law. Not the president, even if he says he is. Not the people who work for him and give illegal orders. Not the lawyers who write memos telling people to ignore the Constitution. They are not immune from the law. And I will do everything in my power as a human being, as a lawyer, as a legislator, in whatever role I have, to make sure that we hold every single lawbreaker accountable for hurting people, for brutalizing people, and certainly for murder. We have a lot of work to do together. ICE is not going to comply with the laws on its own. But I have to tell you, I feel so hopeful because we can see it working. Donald Trump swept into office, and immigration was the issue on which he had the strongest advantage. But that has disappeared. It has disappeared not only because of his overreach, but because we showed up and said, this is not how we want our families treated. This isn't what we want for our communities. We deserve better. We are entitled to better, and we demand better. And both Good and Pretti were engaged in this very righteous struggle. They helped turn the tide in their life and in their deaths. And we are going to continue doing that. This fight is only over when we give up, and we are not giving up. There's a lot that we can do here in Wisconsin. We can pass laws like some of the bills that I and other Democrats have co-authored to unmask ICE, to prevent our local resources, our law enforcement resources, from being commandeered to do ICE's bidding, to make sure that our funds are not misused for ICE. There's so much that we can do. We can have increased civil liability in addition to prosecuting and holding them criminally liable under our state laws. All of this are things that we can do together. But the most important thing that we can do is to understand that we have the power. They have guns, they have violence, but they do not have the moral authority or the legal authority, and we do. We are the defenders of our Constitution. We are the defenders of what is good and right. We represent what is great about America. Alex Pretti represented what is great about America. And together, we are going to win. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you back here in the Capitol at future protests, out on the street, in all 4 seasons. We know how to dress for protests. I look forward to seeing you in the halls of the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and in our communities, supporting people and doing mutual aid. We are taking care of each other, we are saving this country, and we are keeping all of us safe and free. Thank you so much.
Finally, I have the honor of introducing Francesca Hong. She's a member of the Wisconsin State Assembly. She's a Democratic State Representative and a Democratic Socialist. She's also running for governor. She had 2 quotes that I really loved when I looked at her website, and one was, we can't outspend billionaire donors, but we can out-organize them. And a better Wisconsin is possible, and we all have a role in building it. Any argument that we need to accept less is bullshit.
Thank you so much, Brenna. Thank you so much, Kelsey. Reverend Kelly. And for each and every one of you for being here today. I think Alex would have wanted us to start off maybe with this chant. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud.
Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
One more time, say it
Loud. Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
So we're here in remembrance of Alex Pretti, Renee Good, Keith Porter, Luis Cáceres, Geraldo Campos, Victor Manuel Diaz, Luis Yanez Cruz, Heber Dominguez, and so many more who have died at the hands of state-sanctioned violence. Alex was a healthcare worker who was murdered by ICE, but whose memory, heroism, and service to others will far outlast this regime and its fascism. I am, like so many of you, absolutely disgusted by the depth of moral rot and dysfunction of a so-called federal agency that murders, disappears, terrorizes our neighbors with no sense of shame and certainly no admittance of wrongdoing. You know, this regime shows no regard for respect or for the people or democracy, but Alex believed in it all, and he knew that protest is democracy. Yes, ICE needs to be abolished, but what's more is we need to undo the type of policy making and violent systems like ICE from ever being possible. And there is a truth that I've learned here working in the Capitol, that the kind of hate and fear that pushes voters to the extreme when it comes specifically to immigrant rights and immigration policies exists because too many of us, we let it. It roots itself in both Democratic and Republican parties. It spreads and grows under the shade of moderacy. Hate and fear have come to define our politics. Complacency and bystanders have made it even worse. And there are too many politicians that are too cowardly to stand up and demand otherwise. Alex Pretti was courageous in the face of state violence. Our elected officials have no excuse. Alex Pretti was also an organizer. So here's what needs to happen. I need folks to take out their phones. Take out your phones. I'm gonna go through these bills of the Keep Families Together bill package. And I need y'all to write to your state representatives, your state senators, the governor's office, and tell them to co-sponsor these bills right now. AB 441, no secret police, no cowardly ICE agent or law enforcement should be out in these streets without identification or a masked thug. AB 475, due process for all. None of our neighbors should have their constitutional rights violated. AB 444, to ban state support for immigration detention centers. We are not building any more detention centers. And the ones that are here, we should be taxing the hell out of them. That's another bill coming. AB 57, banning collaboration with ICE in safe community spaces like our child care centers, our schools, our churches. AB 739, banning all state and local collaboration with ICE. That means no more 287G agreements. Alex took action to fiercely defend his immigrant neighbors. He knew that it was immigrants who made his communities stronger. We will dismantle a failed system. We will not cower to the regime. We are going to harness the power of community. We are going to find courage. Alex was courageous, but he also knew that there was courage in community. For Alex and for all those who died at the hands of state-sanctioned violence, they knew that a better world was possible. And we will, together, build that better world. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Bruna Caves, and I've been a nurse for 20 years. I started my career at the Veterans Home in King, Wisconsin, and I moved to Madison and worked in the Trauma and Life Support ICU for 10 years. If you're from TLC, please give me a yell. And I have always had a deep sense of pride in my work because healthcare workers, we help people. It's what we do. Everybody in this room is here because we want to help, even if you're not a healthcare worker. So I've been thinking a lot about how we as healthcare workers can create meaningful change and honor Alex Pretti's bravery. I want to turn our anger into action and our grief into something good. And as I tell my kids, when you pray, move your feet. This is my 4-point action plan that I came up with. Number 1, healthcare workers are practical. We focus on outcomes that are achievable and realistic. Our interventions are specific, and our goals are measurable. So this is going to be a group participation. I want you to get your phone out and look for this app. It's called 5 Calls. And if you're not good with your phone or technology, this is the time to look at somebody else and have them download it for you. It's called 5 Calls. It's got 5 stars. It's safe. It's not like going to sell your stuff. And what it does is it tells you who your elected officials are. Okay, and it gives you a script and a phone number, so you don't have to figure this out on your own. It's real easy. And you can show your friends and be like, look at how many calls I made this week. You can make it a game. And so you're going to download that app, and you're going to contact your 2 senators, U.S. senators, and your House representative, and tell them what you want to see done. Make sure that your demands are realistic, specific, and measurable. And this is really nerdy, but I brought something with me that my kids and I made last year during the Supreme Court race, and it's a picture. It's our Now, I realize that you probably can't see this, but I'm going to put it on the Facebook group page anyways. So a lot of us know how our president's elected, but once it starts to get down, most Americans don't know who their government officials are. So on the U.S. level, you have 2 U.S. senators. There's Tammy Baldwin and Ron Johnson. Yeah. But guess what Ron Johnson did last week? Because you called him and you called him and you called him. He actually voted against the DHS funding bill, and he didn't do it because he wanted to. And we know Tammy always tells the right thing. And then there's the House of Representatives. They call them congressmen, but their real name is the House of Representatives. And there's 8 of them from Wisconsin. There's 435 total, but it's based on population, so we have 8. Mine is Mark Hogan, so I have him there. But guess who's all up for election this year? Okay. So you're gonna call with your 5 calls app. You're gonna call these people, and you're gonna say what you want. I know you get to decide what you want to tell them, but here's what I want to tell them. I want Jesus Ochoa and Raimundo Gutierrez in jail. Fire Kirstie Noem and stick her stupid face. I don't want to see it. Fire Steve Miller. Fire Greg Bobino. I don't know if you know, but he was demoted, not fired. He's still getting our taxpayer dollars. They just moved him to California.
Ooh.
Today. Charged Officer Jonathan Ross with the murder of Renee Good.
Yeah.
Charged Officer Brian Palacios for the murder of Keith Porter Jr.
Yeah.
I want independent oversight to investigate every single one of the 32 people that died in ICE custody last year. A record year, by the way. In the last 2 decades, we broke the record last year on how many people we killed in detention centers. Clarify that ICE can only enter your home with a signed judicial warrant, not an administrative warrant. We have the 4th Amendment for a reason. Redefine enforcement priorities to focus on serious safety threats and end these roving patrols. No daycares, no schools, no hospitals, and no churches. There are no drug traffickers in daycares. No face masks, mandatory IDs with your real name and a body camera. And just like our law enforcement officers, there's a code of conduct. And I am the proud wife of a law enforcement officer. So when they go out there and they say, oh, these radical Democrats, they don't like to follow the law. I don't want my husband getting hurt. Nobody wants officers to get hurt. But these people are not following the law. They have to follow a code of conduct or get fired. They're also taking citizens off the street, and we need to have safeguards for our citizens. Just because they have brown or black skin doesn't mean that you get to stop them. Number 2, healthcare workers like to provide education about the risks and benefits of different treatment options. So this message is to all elected officials. You need to read the room. There will be a benefit or a risk to how you proceed from here. The majority of Americans are not okay with how ICE is operating, and we are demanding change. And if you do not listen to the demands of the people, we will vote you out. 2026 is a huge election year. All 8 Congress seats are up for election, and this is how this works. So there are 2 Democrats right now and 6 Republicans. Alex Pretti was a Wisconsin native, born and raised in Green Bay, so he grew up in District 8. I know a lot of people don't know what the districts are, but I looked them up. And I also grew up in District 8 because I'm from Wapaka. So right now, that U.S. Congressman is Tony Weed. And his response to this murder was that we need to tone down the rhetoric. So guess what? You're gone. Everybody should go home today and donate $1 or $2 or $10 to Mark Scheffler's fund, because that's how we're going to tell Tony that we don't like this, because we're going to vote him out. So that's how we do this. You look up and you say, who can I replace him with? If you don't want to vote Democratic, that's fine. Not all my friends are Democrats. Find a different Republican. Okay, the Wisconsin governor is up this year, and you just heard from 3 candidates tonight. So figure out which one of them you like the best and give them a donation too. Campaign for them. Fight thing. We also have one Wisconsin Supreme Court seat open. Remember last year when Elon Musk tried to buy our state? Wisconsin is a pivotal state, and the nation pays attention to what happens here. That's why he put $1 million into that last election, and he lost it. Now, I showed you your U.S. officials, but you also have Wisconsin officials. Okay, so the legislative branch at the Wisconsin level, bear with me, this is like really dry. It's important. Hurry it. You got 33 seats. You have 33 Wisconsin state senators. Okay? Mine is Markling. They have 4-year terms. They're up this year. Half of them. 17 of the 33 state senate seats are up. So look for those people, and the way that you're going to figure out who yours is myvote.wisconsin.gov. Figure out who these two faces are for you. These are mine. The other one is the Wisconsin State Assembly. So now state senators, one of your state senators over here, Kelda Royce. Wisconsin State Assembly, that's Fran Hahn, okay? But they're up for governor. So we got 99 of them, they're all up. Okay, so you're gonna find these people, and you're gonna do the next thing that I have you to do. 3, healthcare workers excel as working at a team. And you know who isn't working as a team very well right now? Wisconsin Republicans. So I put out all around here that bill that Francesca Hahn was talking about. Now, Francesca and Kelda Royce both co-sponsored this along with a lot of other Democrats, so find it. It's got all the information about that bill that she was just talking about. And I'm going to speak directly to you, Robin Voss, because that bill is not getting a hearing because you don't think that it's important, but we're here to tell you that if you don't pass a hearing on this bill before the end of the month, you're going to wish that you were never elected. I am going to call you, and I'm going to tell every one of my friends to call you. Robin Voss is going to give the Keep Families Together package a hearing, and he is going to vote yes. Or he can retire. They're all over out here. Keep Families Together, though. It's the one that Fran talked about. Okay, it's going to keep Wisconsinites safe from the stuff that has happened in Minneapolis. If it comes here, I don't want to have to worry about what's going on there. We need to have this law proactively in place so that when they come here and start messing around, we don't have to worry about getting shot in the street. Okay? Okay. So we're going to work on that. Email them, call them. The 5 calls app will not work for your state level ones. You're really going to have to do a little bit more work on figuring out how to contact them. 4, healthcare workers use evidence-based practice. Seek out and share accurate information from reputable sources. The federal government is not being honest, and it's intentional. And also the news likes to pretend that you're either a crazy radical Democrat or you're like this crazy radical Republican, but the truth is most of us are in the middle. We're somewhere in the middle. And like, we cannot let them tell us, say like, oh, you know, stuff like we don't care about our officers. We do, I do. That's not true. Like, make sure that the narrative, you hold on to it. Don't let them tell you things that aren't true. The other thing is that you're going to follow Voces de la Frontera. I'm probably saying that wrong because I'm really nervous. There's a hotline. So when ICE comes, not if, when they're here, do not post on Reddit. Do not just go on your Instagram stories. It creates chaos and confusion. You're going to call 1-800-427-0213, and I'll put the number on the Facebook group. You can look up Voces de la Frontera. You follow them on Instagram. If you want to know what's going on with ICE, they are the ones to look to. They also organize a lot of the events around here, so we're going to work with them, we're going to donate to them, and we're going to share the word. Healthcare workers are not afraid of hard work or long shifts, and I know we can do this. So, to complete the evening, I would like to thank Mariana Farah, who is with us. Also Drew Collins, who couldn't be here with us tonight, but he actually helped me set up this wonderful choir. I want to thank the Justice Choir for showing up and bringing your beautiful voices here. Thank you. Excuse me, what is your question? What's the Facebook link? Oh, so it was the event. It's the event that I did, but you know what? My email is Bryna Caves, BRYNACAVES@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, you can email me or you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and I will give you all the information. Or you can meet me after. So we're going to have one final song.
shouldn't give that info.
We are going to have the choir sing one last song. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our final song is called The Peace of the Earth, and it's a traditional Guatemalan song that was transcribed to English by Christine Carson. I think it's very meaningful that we have a piece from a different country, different culture, that is translated into music to bring a community together. So again, I thank you all for singing today, and here's our pitch.
One and two and three.
On the table.
Okay. Thank you again to everybody who spoke. Thank you for everybody coming out. I just wanted to finish with a quote from a friend of mine that really resonated with me. He said, "The momentum on the left is very real but very fragile. It will only hold if people can to show up, pay attention, and do the uncomfortable things instead of waiting for other people to solve the problem for them." So thank you for coming out. If this is uncomfortable, it's certainly uncomfortable for me and Brenna, I can tell you that. So thank you.
Well, I suppose that's it. Have a good one.